Hi, my name is Becky and I'm going to guide you through a Sunflow class. So Sunflow is a class that I created which combines dance, yoga and movement. It balances the structure of yoga and flow of dance, softness with strength, dynamic movements with non-resistant ways of moving. So in one space, exploring all the different ways that we can move our bodies, which trains our default reactions to come from our bodily wisdom as opposed to our overly rational mind. So just encouraging people to come into their bodies. And it relaxes the parasympathetic nervous system and it releases tension, it releases blocked energy that's stored in the body, and it makes you feel good, which is the focus. It's about feeling, it's about the sensation, it's about trusting the sensations of our body and using that as our guide and really trusting in that. And as we use this in our bodies, we can translate that into the rest of our lives. We so often move in a very linear way. We have a goal, we have an aim, and we move forwards and backwards. But what I'm inviting with this is a non-linear way of moving, bringing softness and femininity and vulnerability and sensuality into our ways of moving and being. So I'll be guiding you through the movements with my voice, using imagination, and I'll also be moving my body in a way for you to reflect that in your own bodies. So kind of mirroring, but tuning into what you receive from seeing my body move. Yeah. Música, por favor. So coming to standing and closing your eyes, the palms of your hands facing out to the front. Notice a slight bend in your knees and the whole surface area of your feet onto the floor. Observe where your hips are, your pelvis, if it's forwards, back, if it's neutral, and observe the relationship of your breath with how your body moves. So watching your body move as you breathe. Inviting you to, in your mind's eye, imagine you have lungs on the bottom of your feet, so you're breathing through your feet. So if really connecting down, feeling the weight of your whole skeleton down to the earth. Now imagining you have sand pouring through the crown of your head, and it encourages you to melt slowly down. We don't quite buckle to the floor. We still have this groundedness, but it's heavy. And just allowing the soft bounce with your knees, with the weight in your hands, the weight in your feet, shoulders relaxed. And just inviting you to start massaging your calves into your thighs. And then the other leg. Into your hips, into your bum. Bringing your hands into a fist and just tapping onto your chest. And then one arm. Just waking up the skin, everything underneath. And now the other arm. Now into our shoulders, just giving ourselves a little massage. We rarely give so much massage to ourselves, so now's your opportunity. Massaging our heads, a little tapping on our skull. Just start to tune into the rhythm of the music, walking your feet out to the rhythm of the music. Just start to shake your hands down with each step. And start to swing your arms, so really heavy. Slow swinging your arms, relaxing your shoulders, really feeling heavy, or wobbly heads, feel it really loose. Now start to speed up exhaling as you on each turn round. And now start to do big shoulder rolls. So up and down and up and down. And now double time. And we're going to step to the side for 2 and then the other side for 2. Rolling our shoulders. Really having a contraction with your tummy, your solar plexus area, building fire. Now bringing your arm back. Allowing your head to go with your arm. Really letting it go, sticking your bum out. Coming to the spot. Start to punch out with your hands. A little soft shake, so starting from the spine, just really gently releasing your shoulders, allowing the shake to spread to your legs, to your shoulders. Just closing your eyes, coming into stillness. Feeling your feet on the earth. And starting to roll down. Nice and slowly. And inviting you to bring in an intention into this dance. Something that you want to invite in, a prayer perhaps. And slowly rolling down and up. So your spine is like a wave in the ocean. And as you reach the top, lifting your hands up. So your hands are like a jellyfish. Noticing the sensations on your palms and your fingertips. And just saying to yourself, today I'm dancing for, I'm putting in something. Perhaps it's more presence, more grace. Perhaps you want to pray for someone or something, or the world. And this time you reach the top, allow one arm to fall to the side. Just allow yourself to hang down to the side, bending your knees. One arm reaching up to the top. And you're lifting up, reaching into that rib cage. Arm lifts up to the other side. And then your arm falls down, the other arm. Today I am dancing for, rolling down, placing that intention into your heart, into the earth. Noticing your skin, how does your skin feel? Lifting your hands up, jellyfish hands, once more. Today I'm dancing for, and place that into your heart. And coming down onto all fours, finding a good foundation, so your hands are underneath your shoulders, your legs are your knees are hip distance. I'm just inviting you to close your eyes and tune into any tension in your body. So, for example, if I have a little bit of tension in my right shoulder, I will go into my right shoulder and I notice that I want to go back and stretch my lower back slightly. And as I do this, I notice that some emotions or feelings are coming, so you just move with that feeling, you move with that emotion. So just taking this time to really follow the sensations and trace the sensations of your body. If you're feeling bored, then move as bored. If you're feeling frustrated, move as frustration. If you're feeling tired, then move as if you're tired. Just allow it all to be there. Inhaling, lifting your right arm up and threading it underneath your left and allowing yourself to just rest onto the ground. So your right arm and your right cheek are resting onto the earth. Pushing with your left hand to create an opening in your thoracic spine in between your shoulder blades. And pushing yourself back up onto both hands and lifting your left arm up. And an inhale and exhale, threading it underneath your right. Using your right hand to push into the ground to create this active stretch. Relaxing your shoulders away from your ears. Now pouring weight down into your right hand to bring your left hand together to touch. Tucking your toes underneath and pushing yourself into downward facing dog. So now we're kind of going to bend our knees and shift our weight forwards. Our hips move forwards just towards our hands. We're keeping on this same level. We allow our hips to drop, rolling our shoulders up and back and down. And then bending our knees, pushing ourselves back, coming into downward facing dog. And just start to move. If you had never done a downward facing dog before, what would you feel like doing in this position? Perhaps you want to come onto one side or the other side. Perhaps you want to do some hip circles, walking your feet out. And just start to walk your feet towards your hands, rolling yourself up. Bringing our hips to the front and to the side and to the back and to the side. And now double time. And now half time to the other way. Back, side and forwards. Side, back, side, forwards. Now double time. Now we're going to do this into our rib cage. So bringing it forwards, 1, 2, 3, and side, and back, and side, and double time. Forwards, side, and now even more double time. Forwards, side, back, side, side, back, side, forward. And now we go the other way. Half, 3, 4, side, 2, 3, 4, back, and side. Half time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. And now half time. Now imagine we have these 3 levels. So we have the knees, we have the hips, and we have the rib cage. So how can we move just our knees, and how can we alter our position, our place in space by moving our knees? And for now, not moving any other parts of our body. So we're bending our knees, coming down to the earth more. You can move our knees in and out. Imagining that our knees are all connected, there's like a thread connecting our knees together. And now we're bringing in our hips, so we're moving our knees and our hips. We can move our hips in a circular way. As we bend our knees, we can drop our hips to the sides. Just inviting you to explore with this in your own way. Our knees and our hips, these 3 levels. Exploring all the possible movement that are available to us. And now bringing our rib cage in. So moving our hips, our knees and our rib cage. How can we play around with these 3 levels and explore the ways of moving? So for now, let's move not with the music, so let's keep a flow. The 3 levels. How does this affect our arms moving? If we move our rib cage, perhaps our arm wants to come to the side. And now inviting you to bring into the beat of the music, listening to the rhythm of the music, bending your knees, moving your hips, your rib cage. And how does your arms, how are they affected by this movement from your knees? Perhaps your impulse from moving your knee sends some connection to your other arm. Play around with this connection that we have of our bodies. Let's use all that we have available to us. Let's not limit ourselves. Let's not be in boxes. Let's expand our horizons. So now with this movement that I've suggested, imagining that the air around you becomes like toffee. So there's some resistance in the air. So we have the knees, the hips, the ribs. We have this like strength in our arms. So we're not just flinging it about. We have this like integrity. Imagining you can see with your whole body. Imagining you have eyes over your whole body. You can see around you. So imagining you can scoop the air around you, scooping information and bringing it in. Inviting you to bring your intention into your awareness. And can we do this dance as a prayer? Can we do this sun salutation as a prayer? Really dancing it as a prayer. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bending your knees. Step or jump back into chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your right leg up. Exhale, bringing knee forwards in between your hands. Adjusting your right foot to come slightly out, 45-degree angle. Your toes facing a 45-degree angle. Your knee coming out slightly. Your back left knee rested onto the floor. And just like playing around with opening up the hip here. Or you can be in stillness. Just be with this. Feel free to come onto your forearms. And then pouring weight down into your hands, engaging your core, tucking your left toes under and stepping your right foot back to plank and pushing your hips up to downward facing dog. Breathing in and opening your mouth, exhale. Inhale, breathing in. And exhale, pushing your heels down. Inhale, lifting your left leg up. Exhale, bringing it forwards in between your hands, placing your left foot in between your hands. lowering your right knee down, bringing your left leg out to the side and your toes at a 45-degree angle. Just doing what you did the other side, playing with what feels right for you right now. Moving around. Or in stillness. Or onto your forearms. Bringing your hands back down to the ground, pushing yourself back up into downward facing dog. Inhale here, exhale bending your knees and step or jump in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, rolling up and bringing your feet kind of out to the sides and dropping your hips down, coming into a yogi squat. We're going to not be static here. We're going to come imagining a cord from the base of our spine connecting down to the earth and our feet rooted down. Using our elbows we can to push into our knees so our knees don't fall forwards. Feel free to come up onto your toes as well. We're just going to explore this with this toffee movement again, scooping what's around us. See if we can do some movements that are really close to the floor. So imagining we're moving what's around us. Perhaps we want to swing a leg round, perhaps we want to be a bit animalistic. Keeping down, keeping low. Bringing in our instinctual primal natures. Bringing our shoulder blades in. Seeing the connections from your hands into your feet and how your hands can support you on the floor. And slowly rolling yourself up. Coming back to the front of your mat and just taking a couple of breaths. Observing your breath, observing the presence of your fingertips, observing your feet on the ground, all the little bones, all your 10 toes, lifting your 10 toes up and placing them back down, swaying forwards and back and onto one foot and then onto the other foot. Inhale, bringing your arms to touch above your head. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back. Lowering down, chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lifting your right leg up. Exhale, bringing it forward in between your hands. Coming into a high lunge. Observing your pelvis, thinking about bringing your right hip back and your left hip forwards. Engaging your lower abdominals, lifting your arms up. Inhale, exhale, touching your knee down to the floor. Inhale, up, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Bringing your hands into prayer and adjusting your back foot. Coming into a warrior 2 position, I'll face this way. Arms out to the sides. We know they have this familiar posture. So for a moment, just be in this and just start to ignite some flow, ignite some movements with your arms and your hips. How can we move out of this position that we're told to be in sometimes? How does that feel? Coming back and reaching your arm behind you for reverse warrior. Bending that front leg a little bit more. Really opening into your right side body. Continuing that circle round with your hand Lifting yourself up as you straighten both legs, you're opening your arms out to the side. Inhale, lengthen. Crown reaches up. Exhale, reaching forwards. Into Trikonasana, gazing up if it's comfortable for you in your neck. And start to bend your front leg slightly, reaching that top arm over, so we're creating a nice long line between your fingertips and your toes, your outer edge of your left foot. Let's do a couple of circles here with the arm. Inhaling, exhaling, and adjusting your back foot to come onto your, tucking your toes, and push yourself back into downward facing dog. Taking a deep inhale here and a full exhale. Dropping your head. Inhale, lifting your left leg up. Hips are square. Exhale, bringing it forwards in between your hands. Lifting yourself up, high lunge. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Making the circles come from your shoulder blades. Inhale. And exhale, lowering your knee down, bending both knees. Bringing your hands into prayer, adjusting your back foot to come into warrior. Arms reaching out to the side. So you'll be on the other side. Yeah. So we have this strong pose, so I'm mirroring you. So then you come into this flow with your arms, so we're moving out of this warrior two structure. Moving our arms out of this linear way into a flow, into a wave. And reaching your arm back, coming into reverse, bending your front knee slightly more, continuing the circle round. As you reach the center, lengthening your legs, and you're reaching your arms out to the side. Inhale, reaching up, shoulders are away from your ears. Exhale, reaching forward, Trikonasana, and gazing up at the sky. Thinking about bringing your underneath side to the front. Bending your front knee, reaching that arm over your head. A nice long line, really grounded down. Continuing this circle round for a couple of circles. And adjusting your back foot to come to toes tucked. Bringing your back foot into the front and slowly rolling up. And we're going to start to invite some circles. We're going to start with our ankles and just do some circular circles with our ankle. One way and then the other way. And then the other ankle and the other way. And our knees. Maybe lifting one leg up and just creating a little circle as if you're stirring a pot with your feet. And then the other side. And the other way. Now with your hips, start to do some figure of eight with your hips. Tuning into the sensuality of the circle, the cycle, the rhythm, the flow. Now let's just do big circles one way. Really seeing if you can reach further into your hips with softness. And then the other way. And now with our rib cage. And then the other way. And now into our wrists, into our fingers, into our heads, into our neck. See if we can move all together in this circular way. we can kind of melt into this flow. See if it can carry us anywhere, if we surrender to it, if we allow ourselves to be vulnerable. Feeling the softness and feeling in your body, continuing with this in your own exploration, inviting in the levels, your hips, your ribs, and how this affects your arms. And inviting a feeling of effervescence into your cells of your body, so like fizzy bubbles. And how does this translate into your body? How does this alter your movements when you use your mind's eye, you use your imagination to alter the perception of what is real? And how we can use our breath as we take a deep inhale, and how this expands our body. And as we exhale, we can allow it to melt or release, as opposed to contract. Inhale and exhale. Still keeping these circles with our wrists, our fingers into our, I can't move our toes, circle our toes. So this effervescence in our body, this lightness, moving with our breath, really exaggerating this movement. Feeling it build up, so allow your muscles to ignite from the sensation that you feel. And with your breath, inhale, expand, and exhale, contract. Inhale, expand, exhale, contract, and release, contract. Inhale, expand, and exhale, release. Inhale, and exhale. Now balancing this lightness, this bubbliness in our bodies with this sand that I spoke about at the beginning. We have this sand and we have this effervescence. And how can we switch that in our minds as we move? So play with the rhythm of the music. With this heaviness. How can we use this to enjoy moving? And the bubbles in our body. Remembering the 3 levels, the 3 layers, our knees, hips, and ribs. Heaviness. And lightness of being. And just like water, we change directions sometimes. We're being forced to change direction right now. It's clear that the way we've been moving and being isn't working. So let's see how we can take action steps and really implement these into our lives to change and alter the way we are living if it doesn't serve us. And we know when it doesn't. Just taking this time to enjoy your free movement. Keeping on moving as the music changes. So bringing yourself inwards and coming down into a really small ball onto the floor. And just allow yourself to feel contained and feel protected with your head in. You stay in this position, and I invite you to gather in to one place into your body. See if you can, all that is not serving you right now, anything that you want to get rid of, any patterns, any negative feelings or anxiety or fear or heartache or grief, any pain or any shadow, and allow yourself to go there and see if you can bring this perhaps into your hands, or maybe it comes into your chest, and allow yourself to come up onto your knees, and so you're holding this, and then you start to flick it away, flicking it off your body, flicking your hands away, flicking it off of your hands, flicking it off of our backs, off our chest, getting rid of anything that doesn't serve us any longer. Just bringing ourselves to stand and just shaking it, flicking off of our legs, flicking off our hips, off our shoulders. You can say goodbye, flicking it away. Now let's flick in time together, flicking it out in front of us. The quickest way is by moving the body to release this blocked energy. Now let's double time, punch. Punching it out, getting it out of us, bending your knees, and slowly come back to stillness again, and noticing this hum of energy in your body, and tuning in to your spine, your central axis that supports us, this vessel that carries us through life, and start to ignite some really small movements from the base of the spine, getting rid of any residue that we didn't quite get rid of, inviting you to have a soft shake into your spine. Creating space in between the vertebra. Allowing the shake to spread into your arms, into your legs. And just allowing yourself to dance and move around. Perhaps you want to start inviting this feeling of joy. Gratitude, perhaps, to have this body. And now just moving around in with your own guidance. Bringing in this connection we have to all of our limbs. Imagine a thread connecting our feet and our hands. The three levels, the circles, the effervescence, the sand. How can we use all these tools in our imagination to change the way we move, or guide us deeper into ourselves? This internal journey that we're all being guided to make, forced to stop journeying outwards and journey inwards. Inwards and down. Noticing your skin, how your skin feels with your clothes on it, how it moves through the air. inviting maybe the resistance into our movements, this toffee. Bringing our both big toes to touch and scooping down, bending your knees, imagining you're lifting, scooping water and coming into chair, lifting our arms up. So we're going to do a little sequence. So chair and then fold, chair and then push the air down, chair, fold, chair. So the breath, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now double time, inhale, throw. Throw it, let it go. We do one more of these. Inhale, exhale. Come to the side. Imagine something's pulling us each side, reaching. Moving from our rib cage, now double time. And now we're coming onto one foot, holding it here. And start to tilt our body. So we've had this flow movement, so now let's see what this stillness and how we can invite strength and power and focus into our bodies. Coming into half moon. If it's comfortable to have Chapasana, so connecting your foot to your hand, pushing into your foot, opening your shoulder, and releasing your hand and adjusting your hips to come square, so both toes facing down. Your back toes touch the floor. Lifting yourself up. Coming into Balinese dancer, so both 10 toes are facing out 45 degrees each side. Feeling the strength and power in this. You can have your hands here, or you can have your hands into your heart. And release down, folding forwards, toes facing the front. And rolling up slowly. Bringing your toes to touch. Chair, inhale, exhale, inhale, push the air down, inhale, exhale, throw, inhale, chair, exhale, push, double time, inhale, add some power, one more of these, inhale, side. See if you can use your whole body with this. Now double time. And coming onto the other leg. Engaging your abdominals, your core. Tilting to the side. Coming into half moon. Just noticing the shapes and the lines that you're creating with this position. If you did it the other side, to invite Chapasana, sugar cane pose. Opening out your shoulder and releasing down, adjusting your hips to come square and your back toes tucked underneath, engaging your abdominals and inner thigh muscles drawing in together. Finding this strength, this warrior, and adjusting to face this Balinese dancer pose. Pulsing down, up, down for two, up for two, and pulse. ignite focus with all the chaos that's going on around? How can we bring ourselves into this focused strength, finding our internal pillar, and release, folding forwards. Slowly rolling up and pouring your weight onto one foot, lifting your other leg and allowing it to rest onto your whichever leg you haven't used to lift. Wrapping your toe around your calf. Whichever leg is on top, your arm goes underneath and gives yourself a hug. We can't hug other people right now, but we can hug ourselves. What can we do to nourish ourselves more at this time? Bringing our palms to touch. Feeling this focus in front of you as if you're drawing a line in the air. And then lifting yourself up and release out, shaking it out. And then coming onto the other side. So your other leg crosses over, tucks behind your calf or rests there, whichever. So your top leg and the same side of your arm comes underneath to hug you. Hands into prayer. Garudasana. Eagle. Bringing everything into this pillar, this internal pillar, this core strength. Bringing it up and releasing down. Inhaling, lifting your arms up. Come to prayer. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or jump back, lowering down, chaturanga. Feel free to put your knees onto the floor as well. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Coming forwards into plank. And pouring your weight into one side. Coming into Vashisthasana, side plank. So holding here. Bringing your top leg behind you and pushing your hips up. And opening your hand out above your head. Open. And slowly coming back. See if you can press your foot into a lunge in between your front hands. Pushing yourself back, downward facing dog. And then rolling forwards again, hips forwards into plank, coming onto the other side. I'll do it this way. Oops. So finding the strength, lifting your underneath body. And then your top leg comes back, presses down, and you're lifting your hips up and coming into wild thing. And then slowly see if you can plant your foot in front of you into a lunge. Pushing yourself back into downward facing dog. Taking a deep inhale here. And then exhale, opening your mouth. Shaking your head, yes and no. Taking another deep inhale. And exhale. Bending your knees and stepping or jumping in between your hands, and just start to ignite a little bounce. Feel like you're listening to the music with your whole body. So now we've had this focused movement, and we've also had the flow. So see how you can create with your own intuition, with your own feelings, something that you would like to do to this music. Perhaps Perhaps it's to release, perhaps it's to celebrate, perhaps it's to like get some anger out. Use it for yourself, for you. Right now in this moment, everything is right. Can't do anything wrong. I'm gonna be dancing with you. And I'm not gonna be saying much now through the rest of this song because I want you to follow your own bodily wisdom. Apart from another thing is imagining you have oil dripping through your body. Oil dripping through all your joints in your bones. Let's all jump together actually. Jump, jump. And let's run on the spot. And let's punch out. Okay, now free. Remembering the 3 levels that we have, all that's available to us, don't forget it. Levels, hips, ribs, arms, sand, heaviness, lightness. So as you start bringing it down, the energy, just start to walk on the spot. Walking down, down, down. Sending your hips down. And slowly find yourself coming actually down onto the floor. Bringing one leg in front of you, foot flexed. Your opposite ankle rests on your knee. Doesn't matter if your knees are up, feel free to get a cushion to support your knees. So just coming to the floor and having one leg in front of you, foot flexed, with the other leg on top, foot flexed. Your ankle connects to your knee. And it doesn't matter if your knees are up, you can get a cushion to support you underneath. And just allow your fingertips to come to the floor in front and walking them forwards. Just allow yourself to hang forwards. Slowly rolling yourself back up. Coming with the other leg underneath. Finding your juicy spots into your hips. With no judgments about where you're at. Just allowing it all to be wherever you are. Allowing yourself to fold forwards. Walking your fingers back. And now bringing your legs out in front of you, just shaking your legs, bringing yourself, your back nice and straight, and just slowly start to walk your fingertips, your fingers towards your feet. So we're not aiming to grab our toes and hunch over, we just allow it to reach wherever it reaches. So keep the integrity in your spine. Shoulders are away from your ears. Sense of your collarbones smiling outwards. And now slowly feel a wave of stretch as you're lowering your head down. Slowly start to roll back up again. And keeping on rolling, shifting your weight backwards as you're coming into a boat pose. So reaching your palms out in front of you and your feet lift up. A nice strong center. And slowly lowering down a little bit further. A little bit further. Allowing yourself to release down onto the floor. Planting both soles of your feet onto the earth, adjusting your hips, your forearms and your palms onto the ground. Start to lift your hips slowly up, peeling them up. Each vertebra peeling off the floor and coming onto your shoulders for a moment and then releasing back down again. So we're doing waves. As soon as your tailbone touches the floor, we slowly allow it to curl back up again. And now holding into this bridge pose and either staying here, engaging, just more using your inner thigh muscles as opposed to too much of your glutes. Rock and roll onto your shoulder blades, interlacing your hands underneath you if it's comfortable. Taking a moment here. Breathing. Each exhale you release. Releasing your hands from the grip. Releasing your shoulder blades down, rolling your spine down. Bringing your right knee in and your left leg stretched out, coming over to your left side. Right arm reaches out. Gazing over your right shoulder. And now swapping. So your left knee comes in, your right leg stretches out. And bringing your knee over to the right. Left arm to the side, gazing over your left shoulder. Playing around with either having your knee further down and opening the top of your spine more, or your shoulder blade down and opening your base of the spine more, which suits you better. Rolling back to center. Placing your hands onto the outer edges of your feet and coming into this happy baby position. Just rolling from side to side. And then releasing your feet, your legs down to the earth. Pushing weight into your forearms to bring your shoulder blades underneath you, so create more space in your neck. Notice the connection of your body to the earth. Notice your palms and the curling of your fingertips. Your feet relaxed outwards. This opening in your body that you've created. I'm just inviting you to stay in this position. Feel free to stay in this Shavasana for as long as you feel. Thank you so much for joining me. My Instagram is BeckyHicks23, and yeah, it's been a pleasure to guide you through this. Thank you.